Hi everyone, this is Tutor Apsara from the Smart Roots Online Academy. So today our topic is it's a numerical involving resistance. So students from ninth grade on who have been learning the electricity chapter would have come across such type of questions. Okay, so of course this is a question which involves resistance, right? Hope you are aware of the concept called resistance. So this video is dedicated to a numerical involving resistance. Okay, let's start doing this numerical. Okay, let me read the question. A wire of given material having length L and area of cross section A has a resistance of 64 ohm. Okay, let's consider a wire whose length is L. So the length is L and the area of cross section. So this is the cross sectional area. Am I right? It's actually a circle. So cross sectional area given by capital A, right? And its resistance R, maybe let's consider it as R1, it's equal to 64 ohm. Now, what would be the resistance of another wire of the same material having length L by 4 and area A by 2? So now we have another wire of the same material. Okay, so the length is L by 4 and area is half the area. So maybe I'll just draw a smaller area one and length also maybe L by 4 and area is A by 2. So this is the new wire which is made of the same material. Imagine the first material is made of copper. Abdina, the second is also made of copper. Okay, so this is your case now. So now the question is, what is the resistance of this second wire? R2 is your question. Okay, so we make use of the information from the first wire and we just substitute it in this to find the resistance of the second wire. Seri, eppadi pandrathu? For this, first we must know the formula of resistance. R is equal to rho L by A, right? What is rho? Rho is nothing but the resistivity of the material. Resistivity of the material, and L is the length of the wire or length of the conductor of the material, and A is the area of cross section of the material. Okay, this is our formula. Let's calculate the resistance now. So the first one's resistance R1 is rho times L is given as L itself, and area of cross section is also A, simply rho L by A. Now the second one's resistance is, so since both the wires are made of same material, rho is fixed, rho is constant, rho doesn't change. Okay, the resistivity of a material is a constant value at a particular temperature. So here there is no change in temperature. So the resistivity of the material will be fixed. So it's still rho. And the new length is L by 4. And the new area is A by 2. Am I right? So just simplify this. So it's rho times L by 4. I'm just bringing this denominator to the numerator by reciprocating it. So it becomes 2 by A, right? So this would be rho times L by 2 times of A. Why? Because we just simplify this. 1 2 is 2, 2 2s are 4. So this gives me 1 by 2 times of rho L by A. And we know that this rho L by A is nothing but the resistance of the first wire, which is 1 by 2 times of R1. And we have the information that R1 is equal to 64 ohms. So just substituting that here, you'll be getting 1 by 2 times of 64 ohm, which is nothing but 32 ohm. That's it. So here the length and area of cross section both are changing. Am I right? So as a result of that, the resistance of the wire would also change. Am I right? So both the wires are made of the same material. So the concept is you have to consider the resistivity to be fixed. The resistivity would not change here as both are made of the same material. Okay. So let me make some small alteration in the question and let's do it again. Okay, do it again in the sense, let's alter the question and solve that question now. Maybe I'll take the case where the length is doubled now. Okay, and the area has become 1/4 now. Okay, check. Now let's try to solve it. So the initial resistance R is equal to rho L by A, which was said to be 64 ohm. Now the new resistance R2 is equal to, still both are made of same material, so resistivity is fixed, resistivity is constant, no change in the resistivity. Now the length of the new wire is 2 times of L and area is 1/4 of the initial area of cross section. So this is now rho times of 2L into 4 by A. So which gives you rho 8 times of L by A. So your answer would be 8 times of rho L by A. And we know that what's rho L by A? It is nothing but the first resistance which is given. Am I right? So which was given as 64 ohm. So we got it as 8 times of 64 ohm, which is 512 ohm. Okay. So the resistance increases here. Right? So why? Because the length of the conductor is doubled. So initially if it was L, now the length is doubled. Right? So greater the length, greater will be the resistance. And of course, the area of cross section is 1/4 of the initial area of cross section. Right? So in case if the area of cross section was this bigger, now it's very smaller. Am I right? So the area of cross section decreases now. It's A and now it's A by 4. So of course, since resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section, since area of cross section is reduced, so the resistance would increase. So that's why we had a great increase in the resistance value, since you decrease the length and increase the, I'll repeat it, since we increase the length and decrease the area of cross section. So that's it.